And hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are back inside of our survival world. First order of business is finishing up the technical parts of the project from last episode, which we haven't quite finished up yet. I just want to make sure this is something that gets finished. Absolutely. It's legit just plugging in the rails though. Everything else is done. We just gotta turn this on and set the rail up and we should be all good. I did change the design a little bit from last time because last time I only had it going on a single block. One thing I noticed after watching it for a little bit is this row, which was the original row, picked up almost everything, but every once in a while where the pistons would land would just barely not push it over, and it would land on that kind of borderline right here where it doesn't get picked up by the hopper, but it's not far enough over to get pushed by the piston the next time, so it gets stuck in that kind of limbo area. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and set this up this way, which should overall work out a lot better. Just gotta make sure everything's all set up and good. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is I am going on vacation soon. I mentioned this in other of my videos, but it's towards the end, you know, late enough that, you know, the chances of anybody, or sorry, the viewer retention at that point is much lower. So it's much better to mention towards the start of videos. So a lot of my videos are going to be pre-recorded, because basically what I'm doing is I'm going, alright, I'm gonna just queue up a bunch of videos and I'm gonna, like, you know, record like 3 videos a day and set it up to come out the next 3 days or whatever. And then they'll come out for the next 3 days, and then during those 3 days when I would have been recording for each day, I'm recording videos for the next 3 days after that until I built up enough of a backlog that I'm good for the foreseeable future. So if there's anything that's like weird that, you know, I haven't caught up with yet, that's why. Alright, this is now going like that, and I just need to set up the minecart with hopper. But yeah, just wanted to make sure that was mentioned towards the start of a video, just so everybody was aware. Alright, there we go. That is now going. And let me just toss some pumpkins on top and make sure it gets them. And then I also want to just make sure that it's not backlogged anywhere in the system, and we should be good to go. And then we can get started on new stuff for today. I'm not going to start the actual construction of anything specific today, I don't think. Alright, this should have all flowed through, it looks like. Yeah, we're good. And that should bump it up to 16. I thought I heard one of them. Oh, it was probably just one of the things growing. That's the only reason one went off. Yeah, because these still aren't all grown. Now that time it went off. Alright, so other stuff I want to work on today. I have 2 things that I want to do. We're going to do the one that I want to do mostly on camera first. Over here, there's no actual path that connects this direction. And I don't like that. So we're gonna shift this up a little bit. We're gonna connect that way. And I think I'm gonna mostly use paths. And then maybe I'll scrounge up some gravel and stuff to mix in. But we're gonna just kind of set up a bit of a path around here that then will circle this. And then connect up here. Yeah, and we'll have it go both ways around. So it's going to kind of open up and then go around. And this bit here is going to be basically entirely path compared to over there, which is more of a mix. Or I want to be more of a mix. Let's just kind of make this come around here. Alright. Maybe we do just make it path, almost. Like, bring this down here, and then just kind of mix it up along here. I don't know. If we're doing it like this, I think we just do it symmetrical. If we're just doing flat path. Just symmetrical down both sides. Which means I have to make sure everything's actually symmetrical up here too. 1, 2, and then it comes out another. And then... Wait. No. This isn't quite right. Oh, that's because it doesn't go straight on. Alright. In that case, I need to extend this one further out here. And build up this path to here. And then for these to match up now, I guess we go at it here. And there we go. So now we have kind of a symmetrical path coming up here. Only thing is I feel like we could do with something kind of like that instead. I don't think the extra block up there really makes a bunch of sense. Still feels, because of this wall here, it feels like the left side's more open than the right coming up here, even though they should be the same. So even though they are the same, it still feels like the other path's more open. So I don't really totally like how that turns out. I'm going to want to do a bit of adjustments on this probably at some point. But for the moment, I really just appreciate that there's actually a path here rather than the complete openness we had before. I might line the path going down, at least up to the fountain, with something. Maybe even dark oak logs just to match. But I might line it at some point. We'll see. For the moment, I just like having paths. Paths are nice. And then this stuff here needs to be switched out to dirt, because otherwise that's really jarring to have that little bit down there. Alright, that's much better. And then the other thing that I really wanted to accomplish for today's episode is I was thinking we increase the number of chests in here. I don't think that there's enough chests in here. I don't know if I'm gonna get enough wood to go all the way through, because that might be just a little tiny bit of a nightmare. But I want to, at the very least, go through and fill up a couple more rows. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Alright guys, here we are in our full chest room. It feels good to look around and just see the room completely full of chests. I never, like, this was one of the things that, like, always kind of dug into me after the survival series ended, was how many unfinished projects I've had on here. And I get it kind of unceremoniously ended, but it's still, for all intents and purposes, ended. So, like, getting the chance to come back and finish up some of this stuff, and to start new projects too, but mostly just to be able to get some of this stuff finished and be able to look at this and be like, yeah, I actually finished it, and to see more finished projects that have been unfinished for like a year at this point just feels good. Feels good to see some of this stuff. And I get that it's the sort of thing... Oh, it's sticking out here too. It's the sort of thing that, you know, I'll go start new projects, and some of them I won't get to and I won't finish. So there'll be new unfinished projects, and the cycle just kind of never ends. But it's still just cool to see what I've made progress on, and to be capable of making this progress. And I don't know, just these projects that I never thought I was going to finish, as I was kind of saying. I don't like that the tunnel's offset compared to the path. I wish I'd set the tunnel even with the fountain. That's not something that's too late to fix. I can fix it. It'll just be a bit of a pain and a little bit annoying, and I might fix it. We'll see. All in due time. One thing is this over here, like, I don't know. I think I should probably just do something like this, add some tall grass in the mix. Yeah, I think that looks better. Now to get the tall grass in all the way over here around is a bit more annoying. That's for sure. Maybe we leave this one as a rose bush and leave that as a flower. Yeah, that probably works. Alright, alright. I kind of wish I just had some tall grass to do this with instead of having to use bone meal for all this. I also think I'd go ahead and just remove some of the other wild grass. I get I was kind of going for a little bit of the overgrown look, but I feel like at this point in time, it might work a little better as kind of that orderly look. Yeah, I definitely think that works better. Once again, because this is further back than that, it still kind of has that, the left path still actually larger than the right path, even though they're both too wide. And also some of it might just be that this has to wrap around and this doesn't. Well, that leaves there being more path on that side. So who knows? Definitely work to be done. I'm at a point where I might even remodel this at some point. It's a little bit dated in appearance with passing by and also down here looking nice. It's one of those spots that I really don't like looking back. And I did a good job of tucking a lot of that stuff away. It looks good from in here, for sure. I still like how it looks from in here. But I think there's a lot of spots in my world that, you know, I built for very one-sidedly, where one side looks nice and the other side suffers because of it. And as I'm expanding into more of the areas that involve the other side of some of this stuff, it suffers. And, like, you could even see it before to lesser degrees. Like, over here, where this clearly, you know, like, look at this right here. This is horrible. This is, oof. And it's the sort of thing that I just kind of lived with, because I didn't want to go through and fix some of this stuff. But, like, all of this dirt here not matching up with it just doesn't work for the fact that it's a flat wall. And I don't really love the fact that it's a flat wall here, but it does work with the bridge over. Like that works. It just needed that dirt filled in there. There's a lot of small things like that that I notice, like, every time I log on to the world and I get distracted fixing. Like, there'll be times where I spend like 15 to 20 minutes before an episode starts just doing stuff like that, and that ignores the time I spend going around doing other stuff on the world. But yeah, anyway, guys, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think of, you know, where the survival series is headed, how you like the format, because the format is a little bit different in the sense that my old videos had a lot less of the actual building in them, like with the path and stuff, and, you know, down there I filled the time just running around talking. But I want to shift more of that time into actually being a part of the building when I'm talking and stuff like that, so that it's not just me running around what I've built and you guys kind of being like, but yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to hopefully shift to, is a little bit more of the work on camera, but that means that there's less time on camera where I'm talking and not doing things like is happening right now. The ideal would be to cut stuff like this out, and for while I'm having my ending monologue, still working on some things and stuff like that. So, you know, I have a lot to work on in that regard. But regardless, guys, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.